Yes, people, welcome to the player ratings. Obviously, Uncle Pat, he's doing a family tour while he's over here, so he's not going to be here for the player ratings. But it don't matter because we got someone with a bit more ball knowledge. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you, thank you. This is the right way to introduce me to the show. I like this. I like this.
Younger, more energetic. Um, you're not going to see loads of stats on the screen like Pat does because we're doing the eye test today. You
Yeah,
get me?
yeah.
Was
Pat
work.
likes being the data analyst when he's doing the show. He's trying to get that Palace job. He's trying to get out of retirement.
me and D watched the game together, so it'll be interesting to see how we done the ratings. But it's not going to be a long, detailed one. I'm going to kick it off. First on the list is Dean Henderson. I gave him a 6.5. What did you give?
I gave him a 6. I thought he had that moment which he was classed as offside after we scored the first goal, the double save, which was very good. But apart from that, I think this is a credit to the defense, which we'll talk about. I don't think he had particularly much to do in that game. From what I can remember, he made a total of 3 saves in the match, anyways. So he didn't have to make that many. I can't remember exactly all of those saves. I doubt the offside one that I talked about counted. Oh yeah, there was that great save that he actually made. It was in the second half. Yeah, second half when they struck it from the edge of the box.
I think that went for a goal kick though. It was a good strike though. It looked like he did save it though.
Yeah, but in theory, look, he didn't have much to do. And when he was called upon, he delivered. His passing wasn't good. 54% passing accuracy, 13 out of 24.
Do
But
you think it's
yeah,
harsh to say he could have done better with a goal?
no, I don't think that. Well, it deflected off Munos, so there's only so much he can do. Deflected off Munos, very close range, and he tried to head it out actually. So his reflexes, he tried to do the right thing, but I think that was more of a defensive error than Dean Henderson thought.
Yeah. All right, next up we got Tyreek Mitchell. I gave him a 7.5. I think Ty was like expressing himself a lot again. He was carrying the ball forward, trying to get crosses in. I didn't think much came from that side. Like really threatening wise, I can't really remember a cross that he put in that really troubled AZ. But yeah, I thought it was another solid performance from Ty. Defensively, he was fine. No one got past him. Well, what's your rating for him?
I'm gonna give him a 7.5 because I thought defensively he was more than fine. I thought he was very good for the large parts of that game. So for that reason, I mean, if we had a better attacking that display, then yeah, I'd give it to him. But saying that, he was in decent positions, but he wasn't as involved as much going forward, I would say. But defensively, he was very good. He was very good. And in terms of the stats as well, he won 8 out of his 11 ground duels. And he only got dribble past once, but I thought he was solid and contributed, of course, alongside the other 4 in the defense to that very good defensive display.
I don't even really remember when he got dribble past. I couldn't even tell you.
Exactly. I thought he was very good.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to Daniel Munos. I gave him a 7.5. What do you think about his game, and what did you give him?
I gave him a 7.5 as well. But I do want to maybe lower it to 7 because I do feel like Mitchell.
Stats.
Nah, it's not even that. I think Mitchell had the edge in defensively than Munoz. And when you're looking at going forward, he had 1 or 2 crosses into the box that I remember, which were decent balls. But I think Mitchell was better involved defensively, to be fair. And saying that, I think Munoz, not that he done anything wrong, but when you're looking at his attacking display, he could have had, in the 1 or 2 moments that he had, he could have put a better delivery into the box, even though some of the crosses, they were going in the box, but the deliveries weren't exactly
like on the money.
Exactly. So for that reason, I would give him a 0.5 lower than Mitchell.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to my man of the match, Maxence Lacroix. I thought he was brilliant. Obviously, it was probably out of him and another player we'll get to, but I think getting the opening goal was so important, and it's an unbelievable finish. Like he's smashed it on the volley. It was a striker's finish. Defensively, I thought he was assured again. No issues from Troy Parrott. I kind of didn't he get an assist? I don't know if he was awarded with assist, but he flicked
Were
it
you giving Lacroix, by the way?
I gave him a 9.
A 9. Okay.
But
Okay.
I don't know if he was given the assist, but he has the flick on for Sarr as well, where it deflects. Yeah, I thought he was unbelievable yesterday. I'm glad he's got his first goal of the season. What about you?
Yeah. I'm giving him a 9 as well. To be fair, saying that, I don't know what would make it a 10 out of 10.
Clean sheet.
He scored a goal. Clean sheet, yeah, I guess so.
Not his fault, but
exactly. But yeah, I thought the strike was fantastic. By the way, to hit it like that was great. That's a striker strike rather than defenders. But I thought he handled Troy Parrott all game long fantastically well. And then when they changed their strikers, they went more physical, more tall.
Yeah.
And even with the physicality, he still, I can't remember their striker's name that came on. He handled that perfectly as well. With the goal, great strike defensively, brilliant as well, regardless of who it was. So yeah, I thought he was my man of the match as well.
Yeah, 100%. Moving on to Mark Gahey. I gave him an 8.5. Why don't you go first?
Yeah, I gave him an 8.5 as well. But the main reason for that is I think Lacroix edges it in terms of, with the goal and how good he was defensively. But Mark Gahey, this won't be on a stat line, but how good he is on the ball is absolutely ridiculous. There were times where they were pressing him, and the way that he beats the press with the turn that he does, I think we've become used to it. So we will only know how important it is once Gahey ends up leaving at the end of the season. But I thought he was very good on the ball. And I don't know if you noticed as well, he was involved pretty much going forward as well. I don't know if that was instructions by Oliver Glasner, but when you're looking at the back three, I can't remember Richards going as forward as Gahey did, but Gahey was kind of getting involved down that left-hand side at times, trying to bring the ball forward. But he was great on the ball. I can't remember anything really defensively, of him struggling. I'm thinking about the goal. I think the goal was a whole, rather than individual mistake, it was just a defense just falling asleep. So
we just got caught out, and it was
yeah, exactly. Maybe Lacroix. I remember the striker running in, and then Lacroix realized it a bit late, and he was using his pace to get in behind. But it was a combination of stuff. But I thought with Gahey, he was brilliant on the ball yesterday. I don't even know by the stats. Let me look at the stats. Only 77% passing accuracy, which is very good. But it just felt different. And forget about his passes, and of course he had that assist as well.
I think Lacroix was man of the match, but generally when I watch the game, I feel like most of the players are here, and Gahey's just up here, bro. Like
he's ridiculously good. He's very good on the ball. That's the difference.
It's kind of mad. It's kind of mad. He's playing the Conference League. He's genuinely a top Champions League player.
Yeah. Yes, and you see it. Like he takes the ball up. He picks the ball up like it's like a Sunday League game. It's like give me the ball.
He can go left or right, innit?
Yeah. He can. Yeah. The way he controls and pushes into midfield, it was ridiculous. And I thought he handled it well yesterday and gave us more opportunities going forward.
I had to leave a few minutes early. Did someone message him saying that he went down? Was he all right at the end?
Yeah, he was fine. He was fine. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing. No,
next going on, Chris Richards. I gave him an 8. I think he just had one of those games again where he just heads everything, clears everything. Just kept it simple, played the ball out to Munos, played the ball into the centre midfielders, but no one troubled him. But I feel like he won so many. He might have won the most. He was the most dominant in the air. And
I'm not too sure that we'll talk about Lerma. I'm not too sure about the numbers. We'll look at Lerma's numbers, but
he won 5 out of 6 aerial duels and 6 out of 8 ground duels.
Yeah, I do want to give him an 8.5 rather than an 8. I understand why you might give him an 8, but as good as Gahey was on the ball, I think Chris Richards was good off the ball in terms of how dominant he was in the air. Because they did have moments where they would play out from the back, but they also did go long as well. And when they did go long, I realized they targeted more Chris Richards' side more than anything. That's what it felt like anyway. He was going towards the left-hand side. And whenever he was called upon, especially in there, he controlled it. And we know how good he is in there, even with the set pieces. So for that reason, as good as Gay he was on the ball, I think Richards was very good off the ball. And and so I'll give him 8.
Feels like he times his headers so well as well. Like
he's physical as well. He's not a weak player. Strong. He's physical. He's quite tall. And that afro is a boost. I don't care what anyone says. He's going to be allowed it. It's a boost.
Next on, we got Jefferson Lerma. I gave him an 8. You go first.
Yeah, I'll give him an 8.5. I thought he was very good. I was worried about him playing in midfield after what we saw against Larnaca. And the reason for that was, as we saw in the opposition preview, I thought Alkmaar would be a bit more counter-attacking side. And that's where you look at Jefferson Lerma and you say, okay, what could he contribute on the ball? But I know his set pieces were fantastic yesterday, and how good he was. I don't know if you noticed, but it felt like every set piece that we had, he was the main target for the initial ball. And of course, we saw, some of those headers now lead to goals, which definitely helped. But with Lerma, I thought on the ball, he looked comfortable. And not just against Alkmaar. And it surprised me because I think this is his weakest area of his game at times, but also against Brentford as well. So I thought he controlled that midfield well, and he helped us massively with the set pieces. So now Glasner's got a decision to make going into Brighton, and it's a good decision because before it was a question of, well, I'm not going to get carried away and say this is it. Like, Lerma is, should be a regular starter, but even if he doesn't start, we've got our option now coming off the bench where. Maybe I didn't notice it as well, but he's a genuine threat with set pieces. So he could change the game in that regards.
I think it's just when there was a moment where he tried that like half volleys Hollywood pass across the pitch. That's when you're like, bro, just do what you're doing. Like, don't, just keep it simple.
His passing wasn't actually as good as I thought it was in terms of like 63% passing accuracy. And in the opposition's half, only 53%. So it wasn't like excellent, but I just felt like from the eye test anyways, he looked comfortable on the ball. Of course, he had those typical 1 or 2 Lerma passes where he just gives the ball away silly, thinking who you on earth are you giving the ball to?
Yeah.
But how he contributed on set pieces, I think for that reason alone and the expectations going into this game, I thought he was very good.
Yeah, we need our squad players in a rhythm anyway because we have to be someone changes. Gonna move on to Will Hughes. I gave him an 8. I thought he was really good. He always comes in and does a great job. Nearly scored an absolute screamer. Really composed in the midfield. We needed him to get on the ball and kind of make things happen, seeing as Lerma's like not that sort of player. I thought like he took responsibility and I thought he was really good. Solid. Coming up against, was it Schmidt? Who I was really impressed with. But yeah, Hughesy, same old Hughesy, man. 8 out of 10, solid for me.
Same. I'm going to go with 8 out of 10 as well. I think Lerma edged it with the set pieces, but Hughes had a solid game on the ball. I thought he was composed, as you said, that crazy few minutes after the penalty miss where, Hughes hits the crossbar and then you have Sarr missing an open header. He nearly scored as well. And overall, I thought he was good on the ball and off the ball. I don't remember, him struggling either, to be fair. I'm not too sure. I can quickly look up the stats, but 1 out of 2 tackles won, and 3 out of 5 ground drills won, and 1 out of 1 aerial drills won. So I thought relatively well defensively, but most importantly on the ball, I thought he was very good, especially with the Alkmaar press. Saying that, I do remember now, in the first half, there were times where we would press in Alkmaar, and this goes to Lerma as well. And I thought Hughes and Lerma were very good winning the ball high up the pitch. So I don't know how the stats mark it, if it counts as a tackle or interceptions, even though he had 0 interceptions. Off the ball, he was good in that regards, especially with winning the ball high up the pitch.
Definitely. Moving on to someone who splits opinions, Pino. I gave him a 7. This will be interesting because I feel like everyone has a different view on Pino. What's your thoughts on his performance?
I thought he had some good moments and some, interesting, let me say, that as well, moments as well. At times he was weak in terms of, it was a bit easy to get him off the ball. Then saying that, sometimes when he did lose the ball, he would win it back straight away. And then I thought his pass for Sarr for us to win that penalty, which Mateta missed, was very good. But I still feel like there's another level he could offer on the ball. When I was looking at yesterday's game and thinking about it, I don't think, apart from that pass for Sarr, I don't remember that many chances created. I mean, he did put the ball in the box a few times, and that was positive. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like at times he was just a bit weak off the ball.
What'd you give him out of 10?
6.
6.
I'll go with 6.
Yeah.
I went for 6.5, but you know what? I'll go with 6 because of my expectations.
With Pino, his positives, I see his positives, like the upside is so high, and the negatives I'm seeing, they're not like red flags. They're stuff that can easily improved on, like his staying on his feet, being a bit stronger. It's not like he looks like a bad player. Do you know what I mean?
He wasn't bad. I don't think he was even bad against Alkmaar, but I think the expectations is the reason why me personally, I'm giving him 6 because, he still created a few chances. It's not like he just disappeared completely out of the game, but sometimes when he was on the ball, could he have done better? And also some of the passes towards him weren't great either. I remember that first pass. I think was it Hughes or Gay? He just smashed it towards Pino.
What about when he fell over as well?
Well, what do you mean? Oh, yeah.
Looks like he
That's
got
what I'm saying. Like it wasn't a great game, but he still had those, 1 or 2 passes that did create chances as well. But it's more than 1 or 2 that you're looking at, especially against Alkmaar, which was surprising. They were attacking, so there were moments where we could have created more chances. So I think for that reason, that's why I'm giving him a 6.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think he was a little bit tired, and there was a moment where in the second half where he lost the ball and Glasner started going mad at him, crazy.
He's still adapting. Like it's still early days. I remember where people were writing off Elisa when he first joined us. Look at that now.
Okay, next we have Ismaila Sarr.
Yeah,
I gave him a 9. Could have easily been man the match. 2 goals, 2 typical Sarr goals, right place, right time, and a 1v1. That seems to be the goals that Sarr scores all the time for us. I think that's now, was it 10 goal contributions already this season, 8 goals, 2 assists.
Vinicius Junior, your mom.
Salah.
Yeah.
He also, I think he got 12 goals last season. So he's already, obviously we're in another competition, so that makes it a bit easier, but he's already nearly matched his goal tally for the whole season. But I thought he was, like we said, Sarr with spacing behind is always going to be a threat. So it was a good game set up for him. But what did you give him?
A 9 as well. I could have given him a 9.5, but I don't know about you. I just felt like his passing at times was a bit questionable. So for that reason, I don't think he had like a 9.5 or 10 out of 10 game. Because I'll get to the numbers. But the second goal that he scored was a typical Sarr goal. Like that is the you can't describe a better Sarr goal. Spacing behind, you give him the ball, he runs in. Physically, he's strong, he's tall, he's fast, and then he finishes it. That's great. And for the first goal that he scored, I thought that was just great instincts from him to be at the right.
Bit like Liverpool. He's always there at the right time. He's a bit like the Liverpool goal.
And that's not easy. Like we've seen it before, where we was having debates, for example, with Benteke, at times where he wasn't at the right place at the right time. And if he was, then he could have scored more goals. So it's like something that goes under the radar at times when you're looking at a player's performance. So going forward in front of goal, he was brilliant. But if I want to give him a 10 out of 10, maybe if he scored that 1 goal, I could ignore the passing and say, you know what, he scored a hat trick. But the passing,
that's what Sarr does, bro. That's what he does. He scores 2 and just has some bozo moments. That's all it is.
I think it was before the goals though. I think it was before the goals. I think the goals boosted it because I'm looking at it now. And
he had that one where he cut it across. just before half time
Well, we
as
had
well. When
45% passing accuracy in the opposition's half.
yeah.
And overall, we had 65% accurate passes, and 83% was in his own half. So, yeah, like I just remember there were moments in the game where his passing wasn't on point. Saying that, I mean, we're still giving him a 9. But yeah, if he just had that, then he could have had a 9.5. Or
to be fair, he won the penalty as well.
yeah, he did. He did win the penalty, which was I mean,
like his good is so good. I actually don't even care about the bad stuff. Can be annoying if you lose though, or you draw, or you don't.
Exactly. Well, basically, if you're giving someone a 10, that's perfection. I don't think he had a perfect game, even though he scored 2 goals. I don't think it was like a perfect Sarr performance. So if we're gonna give a 10, then you can give, I don't know, Lacroix a 10 as well. Like, why wouldn't you do that? So if we want to be fair, in my opinion, then a 9 is a fair rating. But yeah, he had a very good game. And Ben Foster said it when he first joined us, and we saw it in the interview. If he's in a right environment, he'll flourish, and that's what he's doing right now under Oliver Glasner. Perfect system for him. Seems like he's very happy at Palace, and we're seeing the results of it.
Bit scared about his hamstring, but yeah.
Well, he's surviving so far, but yeah.
Yeah, Glasner said it was a bit tight. That's gonna have to come off.
November, December is going to be a bit scary. So yeah, let's see around then.
We need Eddie. Moving on to JP Mateta.
Yeah.
I gave him a 6.5, but I think I'll give you the floor with JP. Unks, mute it now if you're watching.
No. Has there ever been a minus? I actually thought, apart from the penalty, even the penalty I'll get into, I don't think he had a bad game.
No.
I thought that pass for Sarr for his second goal was very good. Very good pass.
Yeah.
And not only that, he had moments in the game where, when we gave the ball to him, his hold-up play was very good. Hold-up play, very good, bringing in players into the game. Yes, the penalty miss wasn't great, but saying that, he didn't know. He didn't know that the referee blew his whistle. Yeah. I can tell. I was looking at him, and he was just waiting for the whistle.
Then he rushed. Then he was like, "Oh, I've got to take it."
And then afterwards, I don't know if you saw it. When he missed a penalty, he said, "I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it." So you have to give a bit of leniency there. But yeah, I think I'm going to give him a 6.5 as well.
The 1v1, he's got to do.
I could give him a 7. I really do want to give him a 7. But the penalty miss, yeah.
Do you think if he's a bit more fresh, do you think he probably scores the 1-on-1 or the penalty? Do you think he's suffering he's not playing at 100%? He's probably playing at
tired. Well, Lacroix said himself, Lacroix tired. If Lacroix tired,
bro, I said I'm tired.
Exactly. Yeah, he said, look, it's a great win, but I'm tired. I'm tired. And remember, JP before, there were times at Palace where he couldn't play 90 minutes because of his fitness levels. He's come a long way where now he can play 90 minutes, and not only 90 minutes, he can play with these demands. He's improved massively in terms of his fitness. But saying that, Munos is the only X factor where he's not normal, in my opinion. I've never seen a player like him. Fatigue will play a part. Fatigue will play a part in terms of what he does, even on those one-on-one situations. Because when you're fresh, it's going to be a bit more easier for you to slot it in. And I thought he didn't have a terrible game, but he didn't have his best of games as well, especially in front of goal.
Yeah, no. Even with we were saying JP's such an instinctive finisher. Even the fact that the header against Brentford, he's not known to be a great header of the ball, but because it was just an instinct, it was a great finish.
Yeah, don't give him too much time.
And the penalty, they gave him extra time.
Yeah, exactly. You see it, that's the perfect proof of it. You just don't give him time to think. Give him the ball, wherever it is, and he'll finish. It. But if you give him you're running one-on-ones, he's not great. He's not great.
Yeah, the 1v1, yeah, he don't really score them. But it's he just kind of snatched it. But anyway, I would prefer him to save the goals for Sunday anyway. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he loves those types of games, so I won't be surprised if he scores.
All right, we're just going to quickly do fire for the subs, and then anyone that you want to talk about in particular will go. So I went Walton 6, Kamada 6, Devaney 5, just thought he was a bit off the pace a little bit. Klein 6 just because he played for us in 08 and he's playing for us in 2025, which is wild. And then Uche, I saw Uche come on, but obviously I had to leave a few minutes early to make the train. But I watched your live reaction. You said Uche he looked sharper.
He looked good. Yeah, I thought he looked good.
Yeah.
I thought Uche looked
So
good.
you tell me about that.
With the other players, I don't think there's nothing to add.
No.
Warren, Devaney, or whatever, Klein. No. But I thought Uche is going to be interesting because, of course, he hasn't had that many minutes. And people have been asking, why is that? Maybe is that training? Is he just adapting to living in a new country? Mm-hmm. But I thought when he came on, he was physical, and he asked some questions to the Alkmaar defenders, and I thought, he looked very not very good. That's too much, but I thought he looked good. He looked good on the ball and off the ball, and the question is, where does it really fit into this Palace side? Is it going to be a number 10? Is it going to be a striker? Right now, it's hard to say, but I think it could be a case of Eddie playing as good as he has been in a 10 role. It could be that Eddie fits into that 10 role, and then you have Uche being the backup to JP. Early days, I thought Alkmaar, positive performance with the limited minutes that he had playing as a number 9. Let's see if Plaza puts him up there for a few other games, and we'll see how he does.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be one of those things where he's just got to be ready to play either in the 10 or the 9. Like, you got to learn both. You just got to be ready when called upon. But yeah, big up Klein again, because it's nice the fact that he made his debut in 2008 and he got to be in the squad when he won the FA Cup and the Community Shield, and at least he'll always have a European appearance. Hopefully he gets another one against Coops later on in the tournament and stuff like that.
He would have never imagined, surely, imagine back then saying that you're going to be playing for Palace. And
was it 2008 against, I think was it Barnsley? He made his debut or Southampton, one of them. Barnsley. But moving on to Glasner, I gave him a 9.5. I feel like he set the team up perfectly. A few of us questioned Hughes and Lerma, but once again, he gets it right. He has his game plan. Seems to be managing the minutes of everyone correctly. I wouldn't say the goal was like another mistake, so I feel like he kind of coached a clean sheet. My only reason I didn't give him a 10 is maybe we need to see these players coming on 10 minutes earlier. I can't. Like, I would have preferred maybe JP to do 70 and not 83.
But I think he's got the information that he,
Yeah, they're probably wearing the vest and they're seeing. So like, it's hard. It's hard for me to make but I wouldn't say it was a 10 out of 10. I'll give him a 9.5, but maybe just because I probably, selfish reasons, I want to see that like Uche can do a little bit more. And where they were playing a high line and we were getting chances, it might have given him a chance to, do you know what I mean, grab a goal or something.
I thought it was a 10 out of 10, in my opinion. I thought, as you said, the defensive display was very good. The mistake came from, the defense, kind of funny enough, saying that after the defensive display. If you're looking at from minute 1 to 90, overall, it was very good. We limited their chances as much as we could. And I thought that was down to tactics. But it was just at one moment which we fell asleep. So that's more on the players rather than the tactics. And, tactically, good defensively going forward. We created a lot of chances, much better than Larnaca. And even with the subs, Kamada and Walton, clearly they weren't ready to start. They came on, and I thought, he got the timing of those subs right in terms of giving players minutes ahead of the Brighton game. We'll see if any of them feature for that game. I understand what you mean about the Mateta Uche situation, but then again, look, if Mateta is fitting really that long, then he'll play that long.
I kind of thought like SA was like would get his chance, but
he needs to earn his chances. He'll get it.
It looked like he kind of I just don't know what's going on there, man. But
he'll earn his chances.
Glasner, bro.
Yeah, Sarr still got subbed off.
Yeah.
You saw that was very important. You spoke about Sarr and his hamstring. It's not like he kept them on. He could have still kept them on. I thought his subs were good.
All right, okay, let's wrap it up, man. That was the player ratings. I think Pat will be back for the Brighton one. But D, anything else? Any shows coming up?
of course, we're gonna have the watch along with Tim doing it solo against Brighton. We've got a match preview dropping tomorrow, which should be good. And then, of course, Sunday more content with the reactions and vlog for Brighton as well. So it's going to be busy few days. But yeah, like, subscribe, and until next time, up the Palace.
Out the Palace.